Well, I'm kind of excited. This is our first stream. Pretty excited. This is a new territory for us, so to speak. We are the 50/50 podcast. I'm Tyler.
I'm Connor.
I'm special guest Eric Vale.
Always back for a March Madness special. So this is a little bit different from our usual format. We are just doing college basketball right now. We'll be recording the whole show later. Not talking about college basketball, only talking about it right now. And we're going to start talking about the tourney. So I did not watch the selection show at all, so I have no idea what the bracket looks like, except for I know who Wisconsin plays, and that's it, pretty much. And I know who the 1 seeds are. That's all I know. So I know who one of the 2 seeds is.
Meanwhile, me and Eric are watching the entire selection show and complaining over almost every single selection. So
any human being with a brain will agree with our complaints about this bracket. So.
Yep.
Can we get started?
All right, so
All right.
I'm going to pull up the bracket. I've never seen it before.
All right.
A little nervous.
Are you sure that's this year's bracket?
100%
Because
this year's bracket.
ESPN decided to really shit the bed on this one and upload some of the team's last year's stats. So at one point, LSU had a record of like 26-4, but they were 8-10 in conference when you clicked on their info. So good job, ESPN, on that one. You're doing great out there. Glad you're a multi-billion-dollar business who can't even do one of the biggest things of the year correctly.
Never a bad day to take a shit on ESPN.
Shout out.
Okay. All right. So, just trying to get a larger version of it that I can see. There we go. Thank you, CBS. We're actually working. No, we don't support ESPN here. We're a strict Sky Sports family.
Literally live streaming.
All right.
Oh, that's good. Just
Oh,
empty
good
bracket.
job, CBS.
You enjoying your empty
All
bracket?
right, we'll
there.
go back to ESPN. Okay.
This kid.
All right.
So while we're on this, fill me in on what happened during the Big Ten tournament. I just got to see score updates, so I have no idea what happened during the finals. But
Well, for the first 10 minutes of the game, Michigan's bench had 0 points, so that was interesting. Otherwise, I mean, Michigan was winning the whole time because they had like less than 10 turnovers by the end of the game, something like that. They were keeping really good track of the ball, but again, not having a bench really killed them. And then I'm blanking on his name. It was a big headband man from Michigan State.
Winston.
Yeah, he came off the bench from Michigan State and started lighting it up. And they went on a huge run right at the end, and they definitely deserved the win.
They definitely deserved a number 1 seed.
They definitely deserved to be the number 1 seed, indeed. Considering, there's like 8 teams from the Big Ten, and Michigan State is the best team in the Big Ten, and they are
okay, here we go.
considered a 2 seed.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna look at the East first. So
Correct.
Duke in at 1 seed. I'm okay with that.
So we can talk about this. Basically, Duke, Zion coming off of injury is playing absolutely ungodly.
Mhm.
He came back with that one game, went like 13 for 13 from the field, put up he had like 6 steals and like 3 blocks or something. So I think it's safe to say that Duke's the unanimous pick here for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Already voted on that one.
VCU, UCF.
I know who I'm picking already, but I want to know what Tyler.
Okay,
I
wait.
wanna know
Can we go back?
Yeah.
So I want to say I actually did watch a little bit of North Dakota State play. I think Duke's gonna have a little trouble. I think Duke will win that one, but they are gonna have a little trouble.
Okay.
I got Duke by 15. I'll say that.
I agree.
All right. Yes, VCU, UCF. I mean,
He has no idea.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know the ace in the hole for this game.
He doesn't know.
I mean, UCF is coming on the American, so they played Houston twice this year.
Yep. Let's just take a look at that.
I'm trying to think who VCU played in their conference
I actually
tournament off the top
cannot
of
see
my head.
it from here. Houston, they have a win and a loss against Houston. So
I need to look this up.
But do you understand the extreme gimmick that UCF plays with?
do you know what they're messing with here? You and your friends are
You ever heard of a guy named Taco?
Taco Fall coming in at 6',
7 foot.
7'6". He's their starting center.
Want to know an insane stat about this man? He has more. Listen to me, Tyler.
Yo,
I'm
this
listening.
right here for you podcast viewers right here.
More blocked shots than missed shots this year, Tyler. you understand what kind of a disruption that is in a game
He
of
has
basketball?
blocked more opponent shots than he has missed shots himself.
I'm okay. I just had to go back and look and confirm what I was thinking, because I was paying attention to my Rhode Island boys. That's why I was like, I couldn't.
Not
Think.
even
But yes,
in the tourney.
VCU lost to Rhode Island, who's not even in the tourney. I mean that was on neutral court. I'm gonna take UCF in this one. I mean it's not really that much of an upset.
Unanimous
UCF pick. All right, Mississippi State versus Liberty. This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one.
Do you want these previews? You can have my computer so you can see these matchups.
Or you can watch the stream. I'm pulling them up as I go here.
I mean I can pull them up too.
Love that. Why are you on the Rhode Island? That doesn't.
I wanted because I was trying to remember who VCU played.
Not in the tourney.
Mississippi State. I mean,
Right.
State faced LSU twice this year. I think they lost both times. I know they lost to Kentucky both times.
Why are we talking about LSU?
State is
They
in
play
SEC.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Michigan State. All right. Anyway, yes.
Mississippi State. I think I'm going to take Mississippi State in this game just because they play a power conference schedule. And Liberty, is that who they play?
Liberty, I think they come out on the Patriot, don't they?
They play a real poo-poo schedule.
That's true.
And they haven't beaten anybody, so I don't know. Don't let me influence you.
Oh, all I'm saying is this stat right here for you viewers, for you stream viewers. They have 5 guys who have 44 or more 3-pointers on the year. That is a team that can pull. And in the Big Ten tournament, that's huge. Considering they play like an even game the whole time, and you down by 2 with like 3 seconds left, you have 5 guys who can make that shot instead of just like 1 or 2. All I'm saying is that Liberty has, if they can keep the game close, they got
shooters. Yeah, that's true.
One vote for each.
One each.
Tyler's the
Tyler's the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker.
Yeah, 5 seconds. I honestly don't think the SEC is that strong this year.
It's fun.
I'm gonna pick Liberty.
Right.
I don't think
All
the
right.
SEC is that strong.
Liberty, the first upset
Nice.
city of the 50-50 bracket.
12-5 is a safe pick for upsets.
It is. All right. Virginia Tech, St. Louis. St. Louis coming off a big win.
St. Louis is hot.
over,
I did watch one. I did watch one St. Louis game this year.
But Virginia Tech did light it up mid-season. They came off a huge win over Virginia, and they won like a couple of big games.
They got knocked out of the ACC tournament though by who was that?
It's also a team that beat Duke.
They have beaten Duke.
What's the signature win for St. Louis? They've beaten Seton Hall. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'll take Virginia Tech.
I also take Virginia Tech. So
Virginia Tech lost to
unanimous.
Well, not unanimous. I still haven't made up my mind
Well,
yet.
it doesn't matter.
First Big Ten team. Right? Yeah, first Big Ten team. Maryland going up against the winner of Belmont and Temple.
I see a lot of people online already high on Belmont, and I know nothing about them. So
There is a lot of hype around Belmont.
as you can see, we have no info at this point.
Yeah, as you can see, ESPN's really top of their stuff here with the RPIs at 0, and then the versus top 25 at 0-0.
Pulling it up, don't worry.
Oh, and they have no notable games for any of the other two teams. Can I just say that the Belmont logo looks silly as hell? I mean, I would pull it up, but I'm not close to the keyboard.
They lost to GB. They lost to Purdue. They lost to Jacksonville State twice, once in overtime. And they lost to Murray State.
Yeah, I got to go with the Big Ten here.
I'll take Belmont.
All right.
Upset City.
I think I'm gonna take Maryland here. I think this is as much as I like to shit on Turgeon as a coach all the time.
Turgeon the Virgin.
Turgeon the Virgin.
The Virgin.
I think they're gonna have a lot of spite coming out of that Big Ten tournament and wanting to avenge that loss to Minnesota.
Belmont Bears.
That and the Big Ten strong as fuck.
All right, we're talking about LSU and the winner
of
the coveted Ivy League trophy, Yale.
LSU hands down.
Who got to play their conference tournament on their home floor as the 2 seed.
That is
That's all. That's how smart the Ivy League is.
All right, so are we going LSU unanimous here?
Yeah,
LSU.
Louisville, Minnesota.
Oof.
Who we taking?
Don't pick against Pitino. He's hot.
But is he hot?
He is.
According to ESPN, they've gone 1-11 in their last.
Just blatantly wrong.
Love that. That's great. Thank you.
Here's something about this
But this is also probably one of the weakest Louisville teams we've seen in a long time.
But think about it. Okay, Louisville, who just dumped Pitino, his son is coaching Minnesota against them in this game. That can't be a coincidence. The committee knows what's going on there.
Another huge thing here is that Louisville went 20-13 this year. That is the year that they got their national championship revoked. So Louisville is a kind of an enigma outside the basketball stat.
What a weird game
in this one.
That's weird.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. For the stream viewers, I'm gonna focus on notable results because I feel like this talks more than this broken ass RPI BPI versus top 25. So I'm just gonna scroll down to here pretty much every time.
I mean, I'm taking Minnesota's.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'll
gonna go
take
with the Pitino. That's hot.
Take the dumb
Against a weak Louisville team.
That's hot. All right.
Pitino is hot with his perfect bald spot in the back.
We're talking about probably the biggest upset before even the tournament starts. This ranking of Michigan State,
ridiculous.
who just came off a Big Ten championship win today.
A very strong Big Ten
wait.
year.
Big.
Okay, I take that back. Actually, no. That'd be a good Final Four matchup. But yeah.
All right,
okay.
MSU, Bradley Braves.
This is Bradley's best year in a long time. I want to say.
Yeah, and Michigan State has recently lost to a 15 seed in the first round.
Never doubt his own April. So that's a.
It's not April, though, but
Anyway,
or March, yeah.
all right. So are we continuing
Sorry,
with
my bad.
32 here? Or are we going to the next 64?
let's do 64. Let's keep
All right.
Yeah.
South. We want to
Sure.
go down. All right. We're starting in the South. Virginia and
Weber.
Gerber Webb or Gorber.
Congrats to Gardner Webb, first year
Gardner.
ever in the tournament this year.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to the running dogs, not just the normal dogs. Running dogs.
All right, so repeat of last year.
it seems like a dog mascot at 16 seeds a pretty safe bet against.
Oh.
Virginia.
Are
I'm
we-
sure the 1 year trend shows that it's going to happen.
Are we picking the upset for the memes here?
I will pick Virginia.
Never mind.
I'm going Virginia.
All right. I'll pick it, but all right. Ole Miss versus Oklahoma.
Now here's just two teams that I wish I could pick neither of them.
I think ESPN sums this up perfectly. If I can pull up the info right here.
Yeah.
Look at the last sentence in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's scoring attack is led by senior guard Christian James, 14.4 points per game. But as a team, the Sooners are not particularly strong or efficient in any offensive area.
Any
ESPN
area.
just shits on the Oklahoma offense in all areas of the game.
Just
So
look at the resumes of these two teams and tell me that you want one of them to win.
that's
the game.
true.
I'll take Ole Miss. I think they have a slightly better resume.
I guess.
Oklahoma lost to Wisconsin by 20. Really.
That's oof.
That's embarrassing.
You got any thoughts on this?
Out of a strong Big 12 and a weak SEC, I'm going to take an Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. So we're tying it up. I think just because ESPN shit on Oklahoma so hard, they already took the L, so I'm gonna go Ole Miss here. All right, we got the marquee matchup: Wisco, Oregon. Happened like 10 times in the last 3 years. It seems every year we
it's a
always get
classic.
matched up against Oregon.
There are a few people on this Wisconsin team that have never played an NCAA tournament team. 3 players with major minutes that have never played in a tournament, but they also have a lot of experience in Ethan Happ, Iverson too. Also, Oregon doesn't have Bull Bowl, so I couldn't even pick them for the memes, so
Yeah.
I have to go with Wisconsin.
Here's what I'm saying. Me and Eric were talking about this earlier during the selection show. When Wisconsin gets hot, there's honestly not a team we can't beat.
Sure.
Correct.
When you get Pritzl going, when you get Obi Trite's real name, no gimmicks going, that's the nickname for Dimitri. But when you get those two guys just nailing threes, when you get Ethan Happ getting boards, when you get Khalil in Big Ten tournament play, that man was just going
really.
insane during the tournament. If you get like those 4 guys clicking, Reavers being the great role player that he can be, this team can literally beat anyone.
And we did that earlier this year. We beat Michigan this year. So
Exactly.
we've proven that we can beat anybody.
So as long as we're not terrible,
Don't go 7 minutes.
as long as
without
we
scoring.
go above average. I think we can make it to almost the Final Four.
Sounds good.
So I did watch Oregon Washington last night. Granted, Washington had probably one of their worst games of the year, unfortunately, for them. Yeah, they were like under 35% from the floor and under 25% from three. So, Washington had one of their very off nights.
Right. And the Pac is the weakest Pac-12 year maybe ever.
This is
that's awful.
Pac-12 is that of a mid-major.
They're a truck stop conference, if you will.
Big Sky is better than that.
Yeah, but what does Bill Walton think about this?
He's high. He doesn't matter.
He got his MVP.
Yeah, I think this is the easy. I don't want to say that. I take that back. I think if looking at this on paper, statistically, this would be the easier of the 5-12 matchups to pick with taking Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll take Wisconsin in this one.
All right. The meme masters at Kansas State.
Oh yeah. Oh dude. And UCI.
Versus our
The
memes will be great. Honestly, can't wait for the memes, but.
Kansas State did a really good regular season, I think.
They did. They kind of fell off right towards the end, but
and in the conference tournament.
Yeah, but yeah, they're definitely solid. I'll bring the thing up. There you go.
Not impressed with the ants. We're buying ants.
The ants, yes.
They don't ant eaters. Thank you very much.
Sure?
No, they're ants.
They're owned by Microsoft.
I wasn't impressed by them all. Even K-State.
15-1 in conference, 30-5 overall.
But
they lost. They got their asses handed by Utah.
They're
Their only loss in conference was Long Beach.
You got beat by Beach, dude.
Dude, come on.
It's up to you. I mean, I don't think your pick matters, but.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I'll go K-State in this one. I think K-State has a better complete game. But yeah, this next matchup, this one I'm going to want to actually look at teams.
Philly, St. Mary's.
I'd say it's a weaker than usual year for both these teams. I think
it's
they're both at a higher level.
Usually St. Mary's and SFA have that like eternal battle of like being the best team, and like SFA had a down year this year, so like they didn't have a. Or wait, am I mixing up the Zags with?
Maybe, yeah, because the Zags in their conference it's always them at the top, and St. Mary's just a little.
Yes, there you go. I mix up SFA and the Zags.
St. Mary's didn't really challenge them at all until a fifth game in the conference tournament.
Yes, indeed. I don't know what I was thinking about. Ignore me. But
yeah, I don't know if St. Mary's had their best win is New Mexico State, who was a tournament team. But other than that, I'm not very impressed with their resume. Tyler?
This is probably gonna be a big shit show of a game, but Nova's pretty hot right now.
Jay Wright, great coach.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Nova has the better experience in the tournament too right now. St. Mary's only played the NIT last year. Granted, yeah. I mean, okay. I'm gonna go Nova.
It's all good.
All right.
As much as I would like to have an upset, yeah, Nova.
Next Big Ten team: Purdue, Old Dominion.
Ooh, Old Dominion.
All I gotta say is that Purdue has notoriously underperformed in the tournament.
Yeah, always.
They literally, the year they had Swanigan, where they had the Big Ten Player of the Year, and they won the Big Ten. They made it to maybe Sweet 16.
I think I might just got to the round of 32.
And then they just.
It seems like every year they way underperform. So I'm gonna pick them in this game anyway because I don't think Old Dominion.
No,
I mean, Edwards.
Old Dominion
has got to pop off.
Is this one notable game here, and it's against Providence? Am I seeing that right?
Syracuse.
Oh, Syracuse. Wow.
Syracuse.
Oh, and then VCU.
They lost to St. Joseph's too.
Yeah, I don't have any bad losses on here. It's honestly.
You think Carson Edwards can carry?
I mean, it depends on how many times Harms has been touching his hair. So.
Oh, there it is.
I can't wait for the counter.
Big Ten memes. All right. So our third overall Big Ten team right here, Iowa.
Okay.
Versus 7th seed Cincy, who did just win their conference tournament.
Pretty strong seeds for how low they're ranked, in my opinion.
Yeah, Cincy.
Well, I mean, you have to remember Iowa's last few games have been without Fran. So
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup, honestly.
Iowa can get hot.
Iowa can get hot. Since he is coming off a huge win, though. So that's a tough one. This is the theme of this year. Me and Eric was talking about it. There's so many good first-round games. We haven't even gotten to the best one yet.
Yeah.
But there's so many good first-round games that could honestly either go either way.
Yeah, a lot of toss-ups.
There's a lot of brackets are going to be busted. There's so many good first-round games.
I mean, yeah, it's just like it. Again, it goes throughout the bracket without saying, but you're trying to pick a one-game sample of every team.
I'm gonna take Iowa just because they play in a better conference and have a tougher schedule overall. I think.
I'm gonna take Cincy.
I think I'm gonna take Cincy here too. Iowa may play in a better overall conference, but Cincy hasn't. That's not to say Cincy hasn't been playing tough opponents.
Yeah.
So I think right now I'm gonna take Cincy.
All right, game number whatever. I don't know why I said that, but Tennessee versus Colgate White Strips.
I'm gonna go ahead and not take toothpaste team here. Go ahead and flame me next week when they beat Tennessee. So.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take Tennessee.
Go
Not really
Vols.
much. Admiral Schofield, very good player.
Great name.
Great name. Definitely a top 10 draft prospect. But Tennessee's hot all year. They kind of slowed down right at the end, but I think they can take Colgate.
Go Vols.
Go Wolves. All right, we're moving on to the West with the number 1 seed Zags, led by Rui Hachimura. We're just going Zags, unanimous?
Yep.
Zags, okay. For a little background for the viewers here, we do love the Zags here at the podcast. We've been cheering for them ever since the Big Mountain Man was their center.
Don't even remember his name.
I love that Big Mountain Man,
Love
though.
him.
They were just been criminally underrated, especially in top 25 rankings for so many years now, and we're huge fan of the Zags here over at the podcast. But move on to the next one. Hughes and Baylor. Another first-round matchup, which both teams are probably just ass, and it's going to be a hard one. But
probably one of the weakest Syracuse teams
true.
Ever to be
They did beat Duke.
They did beat Duke
this year.
At Duke.
Wasn't that without Zion though?
For half the game, I think.
I think that's the game you won.
No, that was UNC is where he tore open his shoe.
Yeah.
I'll put $20 on that. I'm pretty sure the game he tore open his shoe was against UNC.
I would not take you.
No. Anyway.
Oh, Doc Rivers just got. All right. Anyway,
I'll take Syracuse. I love the zone. I can't bet against it. I love the 2-3. It's the perfect defense. Anyway.
I mean, does Baylor even play against anybody in the Big 12 that plays zone?
Against zone, no.
I was gonna say
I don't know enough about the Big 12.
2 wins over Iowa State here. A win over Texas Tech, which is pretty big. Old Miss loss, I think that says. How we feeling? Nope, that's not it. Just pull up. There you go.
I made my pick.
So we got one for Q's. Honestly, I'm on the fence.
I'll take the Qs. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't.
Orange.
I'm not sure.
Now the real game.
Okay, this may be the best game of the first round.
Two of the best scoring point guards in college basketball.
Definitely be a must watch. I'm super excited for this.
There's gonna be a lot of points scored in this game.
It's gonna be crazy.
The Marcus Howard of Marquette, he's put up 50 multiple times, and Ja Morant of Murray State, who will be a top 10 draft pick.
Top 3 draft pick.
Probably top 3 draft pick, scores like 30 games. So.
He's averaging, I think, a 30-10 right now. 10 assists. He's
What are the points per game on these two teams?
83.3 for Murray.
Yeah, and then 78 for Marquette.
A lot of buckets going up.
It's definitely the must-watch game of the entire round of 64.
I'd say so.
Um,
all that being said, I'm gonna take Marquette because I think they have more depth as a squad. I love the now their names are escaping me. The two brothers from Stevens Point.
Oh yeah,
I'll get you.
I can't do
Bear with us here, boys.
The Hauser brothers.
Hausers, yes.
Sam and Joey. I'll take Marquette.
Marquette's been on a pretty cold streak right now.
Yep.
Last 7 games? They're 1-6. lost to Seton Hall. Those Seton Hall boys. I'm gonna go Murray State. I think this will be one of the 5 total upsets.
Uh-oh.
Tiebreaker.
Uh-oh. I think I wanted Murray State to go far before they went up against Marquette, and
Right.
because I wanted Marquette to go far. So like placing this just really butters my biscuit here. And I think I'm gonna go following the theme of the podcast here and say Upset City.
That was good.
I think I'm gonna go Murray State.
Good pick.
Florida State. I don't even know what this team is, so I'm going Florida State.
Oh, University of Vermont.
FloridaTate.
Florida State's had some good victories this year.
They just kind of came off a huge conference win.
Yeah, like the Seminoles, baby.
Are you really saying Vermont right now?
That's the dumbest.
Vermont is hot as
That's
shit right
They
now.
play against like high schools of the blind.
Vermont is hot as shit, boys.
Okay, well, you're outvoted. You couldn't be.
Yeah, it's FSU.
Forget
Tune
about
in
that.
to the Twitter next week when Tyler talks about how he wanted Vermont to win the whole time. When they win. Buffalo versus the winner of I don't know.
This is gonna be another good game. Arizona State and St. John's.
St. John's was the last team in.
Let me tell you about
Yes.
St. John's though. Okay, so we're talking about teams that missed. You know, teams that got robbed from not getting in. NC State had a net rating of 33 coming into this. St. John's net rating of 74. Explain to me how they got in over NC State. Charles Bassey would rip up half this fucking bracket right now if he would have got in. They destroyed the Badgers.
No, I think
No, we
No.
beat NC State.
We definitely didn't we? I thought we lost.
No, we lost to Western Kentucky.
Oh yeah, that's the Charles Bassey from Western Kentucky that beat us.
Okay, forget everything I said about Charles Bassey, but still, NC State still was number 33 in net rating, and St. John's over here at 74, and they're still getting in.
NC State was playing against Duke and North Carolina and Virginia.
It's true.
all year, so-
Yep.
St. John's started off really, really hot this year, went undefeated, and then when Big East Conference play really took off, that's when they started to get stomped on by Marquette and Nova and Seton Hall. So
All that being said,
What about Arizona State, though? How do you feel about them?
Arizona State is quite the interesting team. They can roll.
what does that mean?
Can they beat Buffalo, though?
I love Buffalo Bass. They're super running gun. They score a ton of points. Fun to watch. I love the Bulls.
Oh,
I was gonna say no matter
85
who
per
wins
game.
no matter who wins Arizona State or St. John's, they're both running gun teams. Like St. John's is not
Be some fun games.
they're not a slow offense.
I got Buffalo.
I think you can only guard against the fast break and running gun offense only to a certain point, and it's going to overwhelm you. So I'm going to take Buffalo, too.
If State, I'd go. I think if State wins that playing game, they have a chance to. I think they have a chance to beat Buffalo.
I actually just read that since there has been a first four, one of those teams has won a first round game every year. So
What do you mean? That's the first
Like
four?
the
Playing games.
playing
Oh,
game.
the playing
one of
game.
those
One of
teams
those teams
has
has
won a
won
real.
their first round game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So yeah.
Interesting. All right. Texas,
I think if State beats St. John's, they win.
Texas
on the
Tech,
record.
Northern Kentucky.
Ooh,
The Red Tortilla
too easy.
Raiders.
Texas
I
Tech.
gotta take the meme Raiders.
You gotta take
great
the Texas
defense,
Tech,
great
easy.
teams. All right.
Great tortillas. All right. Nevada, Florida. Florida coming off a huge win. They beat, who they just beat?
That'd be right there.
I can't see that. It says LSU. Kentucky lost twice. They only lost Michigan State by 4. And I can't read this one.
They beat Ole Miss. They really don't have any signature wins. They beat LSU a couple times.
Yeah, the two. Maybe I was thinking of the 2 wins off LSU.
I like Nevada a lot. They have the Martin twins, who are kind of the same player. We'll probably play in the NBA sometime. So someday, rather. So I'll pick Nevada. I like watching them play.
Tyler? Oh snap!
I'll take Nevada. in this
Good
one.
luck in your brackets, homies. Yeah, you too, man. We're gonna need the good luck this year because it's a great tourney this year.
I think it'll be a lot of good matchups.
I think besides like the 1 or 2 absolute horseshit decisions, the committee did a really good job of putting some really entertaining games in.
Yeah, we did.
But like those decisions are just ooh.
3 ACC schools
Ooh.
as 1 seeds.
It
Yikes.
is interesting. You got a pick here on Nevada, Florida.
I think I'm gonna take Nevada.
All right.
Yeah, I think the Twins will get it done this year.
Michigan State, the
Michigan.
Runner-up are Michigan. They're runners-up to the Big Ten tournament
Versus Montana.
versus the Grizz of Montana.
As much as I want the Grizz to do
The
well,
Grizz.
you gotta take Michigan here.
Michigan.
Playing great ball.
Michigan. All right, and we move on to the Midwest. Shout out to I can't read your name from here. It's really small, but you know who you are in the chat.
A 4-year-old dad.
Shout out to a 4-year-old dad for
Okay.
coming in. All right, Midwest. Perhaps people are saying one of the most competitive
Correct.
out of the whole.
Just kidding.
Here.
This is the first time I'm looking at it.
So your first match is Iona, which seem to make the tournament every year and then never get out of the first round. Not really sure what's going on with that.
They do make the tournament like every year.
But North Carolina and Iona.
UNC. Pretty easy here. UNC is a pretty hot team.
I'll take that just to get going here. Utah State versus Washington.
This is going to be a good game.
Another good 8-9 matchup from this year.
So, like we were talking about earlier, last night Washington had a very uncanny game. They also had a very uncanny game against Arizona State when they played them not too long ago. Utah State coming out of the Mountain West. They are on a hot streak right now. I believe
They won their conference tournament.
They beat Fresno State, and they beat San Diego State pretty solidly, although they lost to them in the regular season. I think I'm gonna take Utah State here.
Eric?
I'm not super impressed with either team's record. I'm going to take Washington pretty much on a win.
Ooh, I honestly don't know anything about these teams, so it's kind of on the bubble here for me. You looking at Utah State right now?
Yes, sir.
They have two guys that average double digits. One of them being their center. Let me look at this real quick. Oh, I wish I could look at these top 25s, but
Seems like it'd be an important thing.
I'll go with Washington. Just for the lulz, I guess. Whatever.
That's good.
All right, Auburn, New Mexico State.
Auburn's super hot right now.
Oh yes,
I got Auburn.
they have two notable losses here, and that's it.
Just another conference
Tournament.
Can we? Okay, so before I make my pick, can we just say that New Mexico State comes out of the same conference against as the Chicago State Cougars, who won a total of 3 games this year, 2 of which were against.
They have some sick fucking names though here. Roadrunners, Lancers, Antelopes, Red Hawks, Kangaroos, Vaqueros, Wolverines. Damn, what conference is that?
WAC.
Whack.
The WAC.
Respect.
Respect to the WAC conference.
I mean, New Mexico won their conference tournament, but probably one of the worst conferences out of the mid-majors. So, yeah, Auburn, too easy.
Auburn, all right. Kansas versus
Northeastern. Let's go.
Northeastern even fun.
the Nittany Lions. Wait.
Are they?
No,
Huskies.
they're the Huskies.
No, because it's Northwestern. But
Oh, no.
they've lost to
Northeastern's-
Virginia Tech here by 20. They lost to Syracuse.
They're bad.
They are bad. Is the official word on Northeastern.
Yeah, they probably won their conference tournament. That's how they got in.
Yeah, give me Kansas. There you go.
Kansas it is.
Yeah, Kansas is struggling right now, but
All right.
I think I'll take Kansas.
Here's a fucking decision.
I
by
may
the
change my
committee.
mind later when I make my bracket.
Here's a fucking decision by the committee. Ohio State has made the tourney. Ohio State, who's
the 8th in the Big Ten.
they were tied with Indiana for 8th. So
They're playing an Iowa State team that's super hot.
the maybe 9th overall team in the Big Ten has made the tourney.
They have beaten
ninth.
No one.
Well, because they're tied with
Cincinnati
Indiana.
was.
They're both 8th.
Yeah.
So they're literally
No, but let me make sure I count that right.
the only thing that Ohio State over has Indiana
Okay,
is
I see.
one less loss, but they're the same conference record.
Neither of them should be.
They've lost to Syracuse.
There's so many, like, why was NC State not here, and why did they put Ohio State in? Like, as much as I love the Big Ten getting the most, because the Big Ten has been constantly snubbed for, like, the last 100 years, but this decision is just
Even
unreal.
when the University of Chicago was in the Big Ten.
That was the worst of all. The Maroons? Are you kidding me?
The Maroons. But yeah, this decision, this
dumb.
shocked everyone in my
putting
apartment.
Ohio State instead of NC State in the tournament is baffling.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
So
Okay, can we give a shout out to everyone in that North Carolina State post game thread that was just shitting on Wisconsin fans and shitting on Brad Davis, and here we are giving you credit for how well your team is doing.
Fuck Ohio State. All right.
Ohio State super hard now, yeah.
Spin cycle,
Houston,
spin baby.
Cyclone.
Gassed. I honestly don't know who that is. I can't.
Georgia State.
Georgia State and Houston. Houston does come off a huge loss to Auburn. Cincinnati. Yep. I always get the whatever's mixed up.
So Georgia State is out of the Sun Belt.
They won the Sun Belt. That's why they're here.
They have absolutely no one in the Sun Belt with them, unless this is football.
What do you mean? They got.
Okay. This is football. This is football. It's
Raging
another story because they got Troy and they got Appalachian State.
Got the Coastal Carolina
But
Jiggers.
Houston's a top 15.
They lost to Montana.
The Grizz?
No, the Wild.
They lost to Creighton. They lost to Liberty.
Sorry, the Panthers.
They're one of their most notable wins is probably beating Alabama at Alabama.
Alabama did not make the tournament.
Houston
it is. Pretty obvious. And then watch, they're gonna get fucking wrecked.
Here's another good game.
Here's another good first round game.
My boys.
The Wofford, all the pronunciations, you know.
The Terriers, right?
The Terriers versus the probably most badass logo in all of college basketball.
The Seton Hall
Just
Pirates.
The pirate with this fucking dagger.
Talk about two teams that I absolutely love.
This is another interesting matchup.
So Wofford, for those of you who don't pay attention, Wofford is undefeated in the regular season.
They have come off
in conference play
20 straight wins. They have not lost since December 19th. 20 straight wins.
They have forgotten how to lose.
I think this game, especially Seton Hall too. Seton Hall is scrappy. They get the job done.
Beat Kentucky.
Whoever comes out of this game has huge upset potential for
Kentucky in the next round.
Yeah, for Kentucky in the next round.
I mean, their biggest win was probably against Furman at Furman. So
ranked Furman, you cowards. But yes, this is
scores a ton of points and shoots a ton of threes, which you can beat anybody when you do that.
Yep.
You can also lose very badly. So.
I mean, Seton Hall comes out of the Big East, and Seton Hall is known for basically just chucking up shots, and not really taking their time on developing an offense.
Sure.
They're a little bit more up tempo.
Sniper teams.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Wofford here. Stick with the hot hand.
I'm picking Seton Hall, but I do like the 20-game win streak. Haven't lost since December of last year. And you got your 2-15 matchup.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I don't even know ECU. Who's that?
Abilene Christian.
Oh yes, okay. Well,
Abilene.
We saw unanimous Kentucky here.
Yep. Shout out to Tyler Hero for decommitting from Wisconsin to go to Kentucky. Great job, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Round of 32. Back in the East, we got Duke and UCF, led by Taco Fall.
I mean, you can be 7'6", but you can't guard a guy that's NBA ready.
As much as I
love
as much as I love the Taco Man.
Taco,
the obvious choice.
Shout out. Oh, all right. So, Liberty, which was our first upset, it's a pretty big upset against Virginia Tech. Who do we got?
Ooh,
I'm gonna take Virginia Tech. I'm a sucker for the power conference teams that play good teams all year, but I don't know anything about Liberty. I don't know enough to take them any farther. Seth Davis of Sports Illustrated was all over Liberty, which I think was completely random. I don't think he's watched a Liberty game all year.
Also,
if you're watching Seth Davis,
also a complete
I know
idiot.
You are.
Also a complete idiot because he said he called the Badgers beat up.
Literally healthy.
He said Oregon's gonna upset the beat up Wisconsin Badgers, and I'm like,
no one is injured.
Who is injured here?
Define the use of beat up.
I don't know. It's
just living in Wisconsin in general. I don't know.
We lost our conference tournament game in the semis. We're beat up.
Anyway, so yeah, I got Virginia Tech there.
But yeah, so I agree to not go with that man. He's a fucking idiot. So Virginia Tech, Maryland, LSU.
Ooh.
Can the Big Ten power through LSU?
I don't know much about LSU. I know a little bit about Maryland.
Yeah, well, they have beaten Kentucky. It looks like I look here, or that says Liberty. I don't know. They have a W over Tennessee.
They got Bruno Fernando, a really, really solid and future NBA big guy from Maryland.
He's
Having a strong big guy like that.
Definitely first round draft pick material.
I'll take Maryland. I like the Big Ten.
I mean, LSU was the regular season SEC champs.
Yeah.
16 and 2. Better than 15-3
There's some
Tennessee.
controversy with LSU recently that I'm not up on. Some with the FBI.
Something about tampering when it comes to recruits and stuff like that.
So, yeah. Don't make fun of us for not knowing that on a sports podcast. But
I mean, it's more of like the drama side of the sport.
I got Maryland.
When they beat Tennessee, they were at home and they won by 2, but they did beat Kentucky at Kentucky.
Yeah, they've had impressive games this year.
But the Big Ten style of basketball is clearly dominant. We have 8 teams here, even though we have no 1 seed. But Maryland was good all year. I mean,
they got 4 players that scored double digits or averaging double digits.
Are you saying LSU right now? Or are you gonna stick to Big Ten guns and say Maryland?
Such a tough decision, honestly. I want to double check on one more thing from Maryland real quick before I make my decision.
I don't think it kind of is.
I'm gonna say, because I don't want to make my decision. I want to see what he says. I'm gonna say though, I trust Maryland getting out of a top 3 matchup over Purdue.
True.
And also over fucking Ohio State if they somehow manage to win.
We'll talk about Purdue when we get to that.
Exactly. But I think Maryland is probably the 3rd strongest. Oh, okay. The Badgers, we'll see about that. But tied with the Badgers, I think they're the 3rd strongest Big Ten team in this tournament. It depends how the Badgers play. Because the Badgers honestly could be a top 2.
Could be great, could be terrible.
Exactly. Inconsistency is the name of the game when it comes to Wisconsin Badgers. But Maryland's definitely a top.
I mean, this is honestly a tough game because just looking at it on paper, you have probably a pretty even team when it comes to rebounds and field goal percentage of 3-pointers and free throws. I think I'm going to give the edge to Maryland, though.
That's 2 votes from Maryland.
Honestly.
All right. Who is going to play Maryland in this Sweet 16? We got Minnesota and Michigan State, another Big Ten matchup.
Michigan State. That's a very easy decision, yeah.
Michigan State beat Minnesota how many times this year? I can't
Once by 24.
Yeah.
Yep, Michigan State did it.
Michigan State, a Big Ten Sweet 16 matchup.
Sounds good.
Look forward to seeing that. All right, flip to the other side here. South, we got Virginia, Ole Miss.
Virginia.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Ole Miss. I don't even know.
The only way Ole Miss is able to do that is if Virginia can't make any shots. Because Virginia is one of those teams that can force you to play their way of basketball.
Yeah. Unless it's last year against a 16. Anyway.
And we got the homeboys here at Wisconsin at KSU.
Give me the Badgers.
Badgers.
K-State.
Oh, are you serious?
Piece of garbage.
Yeah.
That is, I think this K-State team might be, they're 5th, right? 4th. I think they're probably the lightest 4 seed in this tourney.
Probably.
And I honestly think the Badgers, as long as we play well, I think we can beat them. Because like I said, this Badgers team can beat some pretty tough teams as long as we all play
up to their potential.
Exactly.
But again, they have to be playing up to their potential.
But but big stage, you're going up against a 4 seed. Also,
this is a K-State. This is a K-State team that's been to the tournament the past few years, and
the
Badgers Khalil Happ and Brown are probably the only people who've actually
Khalil Happ and Trice have beaten the number 1 overall seed.
And Trice. Okay, sorry, I forgot Trice. But yes, I mean.
You see Brown isn't beat him?
No, yeah, I knew it.
He was on the team.
No, I went to go say Thomas. Yeah,
a discount Vito Brown.
Discount Vito Brown.
Can I say though about Charlie Thomas? He did come in and start slapping people around.
Yeah, he did a good job against Nick Ward for a
while. I think I'm gonna give it to K-State.
Well, we both voted Wisconsin so far.
You literally went to that. You will not pick the school that you went to pick that game.
A Wisconsin alumni will not pick Wisconsin. All right, Purdue, Villanova.
Ugh. When was the last time Purdue went anywhere in March?
Well, last year they made Sweet 16, didn't they?
Probably should have gone further, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should have.
I think a 3 seed. I know they did well in the Big Ten. They just don't impress me. I don't know.
They have impressive moments, but
I don't know. They could be really good, I guess. Carson Edwards is a good scorer and passer, but
But the thing is Villanova any better
yeah.
at getting through than Purdue? Like, yeah, they have a coach, but do they have
I
better
think I
on-court
was gonna say
talent?
I think Purdue has the better on-court talent right now.
I'll take Purdue, I guess. I want the Big Ten to win.
So we're gonna take Purdue, the team that we think is bottom 4 of the 8 teams in the Big Ten in this tourney.
In this game, in that matchup, I'd say
Yeah.
Okay.
Villanova's had some poo-poo losses this year.
Cincy, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Very
Cincinnati's a good team. Tennessee's been more impressive this year. I think they're just on a higher level. They're in that next tier above a team like Cincinnati.
Okay. All right, moving down to the 32 round. We got Zags and Cuse.
Zags.
Yeah, I think Zags.
Zags. Murray State upset over Marquette against Florida State.
Any thoughts there? If you're gonna take the first round upset, we'll get another one, right?
I think Ja can do it.
A lot of points. There's some underdog like that every March.
Florida State, Murray.
Florida State, Murray State. I think Ja has the potential to take his team farther than people expected.
Florida State's been good this year, though, too.
I think I'm gonna go with Florida State on this one.
I want the upset. I want Murray State.
I'll take Murray State too. That's more fun.
Fuck yeah! All right, Buffalo, Texas Tech.
Woo! Great offense versus one of the best defenses.
Exactly.
Does great offense trump great defense?
What is better in the game of basketball, offense or defense? It's been argued on from
from day one.
From
James
day one.
Naismith was arguing with the other gym teachers over which was better.
I'm gonna go Texas Tech.
Texas Tech really consistent, good overall season. Buffalo, a lot more fun to watch. Scores a lot of points. Give me Texas Tech. I'll take the defense. Tortilla boys here.
So that 2 for Texas Tech?
Yeah.
I was going to go Buffalo. I think in the game of basketball, I think offense trumps defense, but
We shall find out.
just my opinion. All right, Michigan and Nevada.
I think that'll be a good game.
It will be another good game.
I'm gonna go Michigan.
A lot of talent in that game.
I think Poole's gonna go off in that one.
He was really good in March last year. He had some last-second shots.
Yep.
Yeah, Beeline, great coach in March. Take Michigan there.
I'll take Michigan.
All
All right, North Carolina and Washington. The North Carolina Utah State game was pretty much a toss-up for us. So do we feel confident in having them upset North Carolina?
No.
North Carolina. As boring as it is to just have North Carolina.
Yeah. Auburn, Kansas.
Give me hot Auburn over a down year for Kansas.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I feel like the only reason is because Kansas has been slipping up this year.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've definitely a down year this year.
Yeah, definitely a level below
Like
where they normally are.
Like Northeastern really isn't a matchup in the first round for them. But once they face serious players, it's not even close. Iowa State, Houston, another big game, 3-4.
Iowa State's real hot right now. Houston's coming off a loss in their conference tournament.
Yep.
I think for that reason, I'll take Iowa State.
Damn. I think Iowa State comes out of the better conference here, even though Houston may have the better overall record. They played, was it K-State in the Big 12 championship?
No.
Who, Iowa State?
Yeah. Because they just won it.
I just watched this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe it was on yesterday. They played Kansas.
Yeah,
they beat
and they beat Kansas. I think I'm going to take Iowa State here.
All right. Wofford, Kentucky. Wofford.
I'm going Wofford. I think Kentucky's absolute garbage.
They're absolute garbage. I think they have a ton of talent.
Yeah, they're
a ton of talent that's not really been executed this year, though.
But that's the thing with Kentucky teams. You have rough patches in the year because there are a bunch of freshmen that haven't played together, and March is usually a time where they start clicking.
And you can't really blame inexperience when you're this far into the season. Like, look how many inexperienced... Like, people are saying Duke are going to win it all, and they have 4 freshmen on their starting 5. So...
I'm not saying inexperienced. I'm just saying
bad.
Kentucky just hasn't put it together.
I think this is the most talented Kentucky team since Cat.
Oh.
Cat, Billy Cauley-Stein, Devin
yeah.
Booker.
Oh yeah, I think this is the best Kentucky team since the undefeated season.
I'll take Kentucky.
I think I'm
as much as I don't like
100% say Kentucky too. I mean, I do love Wolford, but
don't think they have it in the tank for that one.
Duke, Virginia Tech.
Make sure we're not covering that too. Yeah, just keep it at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Duke, Virginia Tech.
Duke, Virginia Tech.
They're dumb Duke. Oh, Virginia Tech's beaten Duke this year.
Yep.
Yes, they have. They do have the win over them.
What do you boys think?
safe bet is Duke.
I do hate me some Duke.
I think if this was any other one seed, I think Virginia Tech had the potential to beat them. But
Coach K has a big advantage in March too.
and
Buzz Williams is a little overrated.
can't
He does have a quite wide neck.
very sweaty head.
Just a bowling ball.
Bowling ball of a man.
But,
I
have.
I said, I think if this was any other one seed in this tourney, I think Virginia Tech would have a great chance. But I think Duke is just too good right now.
Yep. Duke is whatever.
Bottom of the seed would be Maryland, Michigan State, Big Ten matchup.
I'll take Michigan State. They're at a different level than Maryland.
Yeah.
We've been within 10 at the end. So if we have experience playing close games.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're down.
We're down? How are we down? Oh, we're not.
No, not.
Nope, there we go. Now we're good. All right.
Anyway, Wisconsin has one double-digit loss on this year. They played close games, even the ones they've lost. So if you're going to pick which end of the teeter-totter they're going to go on for a close game, give them a win. That's more fun that way.
Wisco, baby. Wisco, baby.
And then it was the first one.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, Purdue, Tennessee on the other side of this.
Hey, no, I do not want to think about that homeless game. Sorry. Okay, yes, Purdue, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee easily.
Yeah,
Tennessee's got some ballers.
Now it's time for Purdue to let us all down. So yeah, Tennessee, like they do.
All right, the Zags and Murray State. John Morant.
Zags.
Hey, that'd be probably a cool game, but
Dude, Zags.
Zags are too
Perkins.
deep, too well coached.
Zags.
Perkins, Killian Tilly himself, who missed when the Zags lost the tournament last year, he was mysteriously injured the day of the
Okay,
game.
hold on. Before we move on,
yeah,
can we take a moment?
Okay.
And can we talk about Rudy
Hachimura? Yeah.
No.
Great,
Can we talk about Perkins and Norville's jump shot?
How dare you?
It's been like 10 seconds.
How dare you?
How does it? I don't understand the mechanics. How does it work?
The only thing you gotta do is throw the ball through the hoop. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Good point.
It's
It
like,
is a very good point.
But it's the same. It's two different dudes, and it's the same motion. It's just they just chuck it. It's all arm.
30 and 4?
30 and 3.
Zags.
Zags.
Yeah, I mean,
Zags.
Rury's averaging 20
Love
points a
Rury.
game. And Norville's 15. Perkins is 11.
Just a great starting five.
Over 50% from the field. Don't turn over the ball very much.
Well
Yeah,
coached. They've been in the tournament.
yeah. Mark Few is a very good coach.
All right.
All right,
We go next.
Texas Tech, Michigan.
Ooh, good game.
Good
Very
game.
good game. I think this matchup will be very much like the Michigan-Kansas State game in the second round last year, which was a very good game in the second round. Kind of sucked for K-State, but very exciting game. I think Michigan's gonna pull out this one, but I think Brazadakis, is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Fuck boy extraordinaire.
Wow.
I think he's gonna go cold that game. I think he get pulled.
I'm gonna take the defense of Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Michigan doesn't have the bench depth. That's my hot take. Book it. All right. Or other side, North Carolina, Auburn.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna keep I'm still mad at North Carolina for being a 1 seed. So I'm just gonna ride the Auburn hype train here. Pick them over North Carolina, based on almost nothing.
I'm gonna go North Carolina. This is one of the strongest North Carolina teams I've seen in a long time.
I just think North Carolina has 3 losses to do, okay? And I just think that a team with a smart coaching staff will take those 3 games and just replicate what Duke did to them.
Mm-hmm.
very true. Just add Zion to your team.
But it's like you can't lose to the same team 3 times and not show a weakness to a certain aspect of their game.
Yeah.
And that's why they're losing. And I think a good coaching staff will find what that is. And I think that if any team will do that in this tournament, I think it'd be Auburn.
I think
So
North Carolina also had a super ugly bad loss at Michigan too.
So North Carolina has beaten Duke twice.
No.
Yeah. They beat Duke.
No, they should have 3 losses to Duke.
They beat Duke 88-72. That was the game that Zion destroyed his shoe. And then they beat them at back at home 79-70. But they did lose to them by 1 point in the ACC tournament in the semis.
I just don't like North Carolina.
Wait, who am I thinking of then?
I don't know.
Are you thinking about Virginia?
No, because
Duke's
Virginia
beaten
lost to
Virginia.
Virginia has 2. I'm thinking of Virginia this whole time.
Virginia's lost to Duke twice.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Boys, wow.
Anyway, I don't want. Regardless, I don't want North Carolina.
I'm going Auburn too. Upset City, baby. What's the bottom of this? Oh, Iowa State, Kentucky.
This is the worst Kentucky team I've seen in a while. Kentucky. I hate Tyler Hero, but he can play some
He's
ball.
fucking good. All right, Elite 8. 1-2 matchup of Duke, Michigan State.
I don't know.
Classic matchup.
That's tough. That is a classic. Duke MSU is a classic.
Coach K, Izzo.
Oh man.
Never doubted his own march.
Yeah, but except always doubt his own march because they lost to a 2 seed. I mean, a 15 seed. So.
Oh boy, yeah. So it's hard not to ride the Duke train.
I'm not riding the Duke train. Go Sparty. Even though your fans were a bunch of salty boys in the post-game thread and in the game thread.
God.
Oh man.
I'm saying Duke. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for the entire NCAA championship.
All right, I'll take Duke too. There's
Ooh.
just too much talent. Just there's not talent at
it's
Michigan State.
honestly, it's insane. All right, let's flip over to the other side. We got Wisco at Tennessee.
How did it come to this?
Ethan Happ v. Admiral Schofield.
Tennessee can easily dismantle
This
Wisconsin.
man who went to this school has now voted against it 3 times, ladies and gentlemen. He wanted them to lose in the second round.
Oh,
To let that be known.
All right, I think I'll have to take Tennessee. They're just in that top 10 mode.
Y'all
this
are
year.
puppets. Wisco, take it.
All right, you can book it. That Connor picked Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, point forward Hap. Make it happen. All right. We got Zags, Texas Tech in the Elite Eight.
Gotta go with the Zags.
Zags. Auburn, Kentucky.
Ooh.
This is probably the hardest
SEC
matchup.
matchup.
This is probably the hardest matchup. Who has the head-to-head wins here?
I think Kentucky might. I'll check.
Kentucky has won both.
Yep.
Does that mean Auburn will fix what they?
Auburn has also lost to Duke
Let me see.
and NC State.
I think Auburn is one of the Cinderella stories, though. Especially,
Yeah, because they won the conference tournament. So
And they're playing their hottest basketball. Kentucky is not right now, actually. So.
I think
talent of Kentucky.
I think I'd go
momentum
Auburn.
of Auburn.
I'd go momentum of
Give
Auburn.
me that momentum of Auburn.
Ooh.
Momentum means a lot in sports,
Nice.
All right.
as much as people don't want to admit it.
Final 4. On the left side, we have the number 1 seeds, Duke versus Zags.
Zags.
Yeah, they beat them head to head this year.
They have. Will this be the upset of Duke?
We
saying
look at. Oh yeah.
Zags?
Dude, I want to see
Alright.
RJ Barrett crying.
I want to see it.
Tennessee, Auburn on the other side. I think
Oh boy.
two
Another
and 5?
SEC matchup. How do we do this?
Tennessee. Excuse me. This
So
is
you're
the best
so
Tennessee team I've seen in a long time.
Auburn's momentum runs out here.
These teams just played, and Auburn won. Right?
Yep.
Auburn won,
Yep.
but
Conference championship.
I think they're tied head. Oh no, they only played Tennessee once, and they do it, so they had the head-to-head 1-0.
How did they only play once?
I mean, conference play works out. I mean, they played twice. They won the, but I'm talking like head-to-head in conference.
What do you mean?
They can't play each other not in conference. There can't be only one conference game against each other, and that's the finals of the conference championship. Something's wrong.
So no, so
Auburn has
they're
beaten Tennessee twice.
Yeah,
Auburn
they beat Tennessee
okay.
twice, but they only won against.
So does
won against
Tennessee
them
figure
once
out
in
what their
regular
issue was, or does Auburn keep doing what they were doing?
And does the Auburn momentum train keep going?
I think the momentum train stops here. Look at South Carolina a couple years ago when they made the Final Four and then they got destroyed.
How dare you disrespect the Gamecocks like that?
I love that year. They played a crazy defense.
I mean, same thing with Loyola last year. The
Right.
momentum ran out the Final Four.
Momentum is a huge part of it, but yeah,
So we saying Tennessee?
sure.
In our national championship, Zags versus Tennessee. Admiral Schofield v. Rui Hachimura.
Zags. Hands down.
Yeah, I'll take the Zags.
Zags.
One of the more
It's just a
complete
great
teams.
team.
Zags.
I can't
I love
pick
it.
against
I feel like they've gotten so close the last 2 years, and I just want it. I want it so bad for them.
They have
I
a
want
ton
it
of
so-
talent on this team.
Do we have a score? I can't reach over and type it, but do we have a score?
I mean, it'll probably be a pretty high scoring game. I'm gonna go 71-65 Zags.
That's how close that was to what I said.
72-65. That's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I'll take. That sounds good.
I think I'll probably go 68-62.
All right, and I'll average those numbers.
All right. So shout out to. Hope this moves and doesn't contort all the audio. But so we're gonna submit this, and everyone who's watching this live, if you're here, that's right. We have picked the Zags to.
One shining moment.
Win the game.
No bias there.
All right, so we're gonna join the bracket, and then we're gonna have an open bracket here. You're gonna want to make your tourney, and make your bracket here. Go down to search. Gotta reach over and oh. You're gonna want to type Parker. Oops. Parker Ingold. All right, bam. You're gonna want to join this bracket right here for all the viewers. All right, and then you're gonna see that this is me. That's my bracket already. Bucks and 6. There's Eric's bracket. It's me, Willie Warhawk. And then you're gonna want to join this group. Enter your bracket. The bracket is open. We do have a 1 bracket per person, whatever. So if you want to make another account and join it, I don't really care. But eligible to join this group, bam, join the group. Join Parker Ingold. So here's the official 50/50 podcast in the open group. Like I said, group type is public. Just go in, make your bracket, put it in there, and we will see you next time.
Go Goats.
Go Zags.